Let's go, y'all. We out here. I got a few things to talk about because whoo, that nothing about that even felt right. But hey, let's get into it.
Welcome to Showtime 49. Welcome to Showtime 49.
All right, what's up, y'all? We back. You see what it is. It's the celebratory victory chain. You feel me? We got to have it on today because today was close, way closer than any of us needed to even deal with. It was too much. But I got plenty questions though. Plenty of them. You know what? Let's just start off right out the gate. Shanahan, what what was that? What was happening the entire game? But this is what I get from it. What I get from it is Debo went out. And something I've always said, which is how does Shanahan adjust when a wrench gets thrown in his game plan? Some way, somehow, something happens. And then all of a sudden, everything seems flat and stale, and like there's confusion, and we don't know what we're doing anymore. And I just didn't understand it. I wasn't understanding the play calling, any of it. It was like the trust for Brock had to continue to grow throughout the game. And I understand because he threw a couple passes that should have been picked. Brock was off a little bit tonight. This is the Brock that we were afraid of because when he's played like this, minus the picks, we haven't won. We haven't won any close games, anything like that. Oh, but today was different. You know what? I don't even care that Brock didn't have a great game. What I've always wanted to see from him was how would he be in that moment when the game is on a quarterback? If anybody watches this show, they know for sure that is something I have been saying forever. At some point of the season, the game is going to be on a quarterback's shoulders, and he's going to have to show up and deliver. Those are the quarterbacks that win Super Bowls. What Brock did today in that last drive, getting us down there, leading that scoring drive, what he did today with having the off day that he was having, because I mean, he was off. He was off. It was not a good game by him by any means. And I'm sure himself would tell you that he wasn't proud of how the game went today, as far as himself goes. It was like 4 drop passes. He was just late. He was holding on to the ball too long, but not that last drive. He came down there. He even ran the ball. That put Christian McCaffrey right where he needed to be so he can just go ahead and break a couple tackles and get a touchdown because Christian McCaffrey was a workhorse today. Like I predicted, he would be a workhorse today because of the rain, the weather, playoffs. It just made sense. He's been getting rest, the whole thing. Of course, Christian McCaffrey's he's gonna get the ball a bunch today. And he went off. Christian McCaffrey saved us today. Easily. But right now I'm talking about Brock, and I appreciate Brock for what he was able to do on that last drive. Because if you don't have a good game and you turn it around and you still turn it into this, you still turn it into a W. Hard fought games and where it needs grit, close games, all that, where you really have to trust people in close games and people come through for you. You putting the ball where it needs to be, and they're making great catches, keeping drives alive. I mean, Ayuk was grabbing balls down, pause. He was grabbing the football down low by the grass. You know what I'm saying? Like Brock didn't throw a good pass. Boom. Ayuk catches that. It keeps it pushing. We're going. Brock had another beautiful layer throw where Jennings stepped up today. Jawan Jennings stepped up. Boom. Make another catch. I mean, things weren't going our way. Stuff just wasn't going our way. We getting blocked kicks, everything. But then stuff started to turn. The defense got a takeaway. They missed a field goal, which turned out to be everything. Everything. Because that is what we won by. But we got one block too. So, you could say that on the other end as well. So at the end of the day, both special teams units, when it came to field goals, they They both botched one. It is what it is. But their special teams played better to me because honestly, they came to play. Like I have to give a lot of respect to Green Bay. I'm not coming in here saying that they trash and we smacked them because we did. They played good today. They came up ready. They didn't play scared. And honestly, Brock looked like the one that was a little flustered, not as poised as he normally is. But he got it together. He absolutely did. Kyle Shanahan, he wasn't using, to me, he wasn't utilizing Brandon Ayuk as much as he should have been. He finally started to catch on towards the end where they started to actually feature him more. But for him to have one catch that late in the second half was crazy to me. This man is over 1,000-yard receiver multiple years consecutively. Second team All Pro. Like I just don't understand why that is even a possibility. Like his target should be double digits every game, because he is that good. He is, and he was proving it when he get his chances. Kittle, he had a great game as well. He had that one crucial drop, but hey, we still made it out of it. You know, he still turned around and still did good after that. I mean, George Kittle had a good game today. Christian McCaffrey was the MVP of the team today. But Brock Purdy showed up when he needed to the most, which was that last drive. I mean, we haven't seen that in a long time. How many times have the 49ers been in that situation? And we had Jimmy G back there. And how nervous were we? And rightfully so, because what we feared would happen right in front of our eyes all the time. It feels so good to be on the opposite end of the spectrum this time, man. Not some craziness play at the end where we drop an interception or Jimmy G throwing his eyes closed passes to whoever the opposite team that ain't wearing red. Like, no. Brock showed us throughout the game that he wasn't having his best game. It wasn't all there. Maybe there was some rust. Who knows? But we came through in the end, man. We fought through and came through in a clutch situation. That is what makes a franchise quarterback. Those are the moments that get quarterbacks paid. Moments like that. Now, it didn't win us a Super Bowl, but it didn't end our season. We still in the running for it. And I don't even want to touch on that right now. Because if I had to talk about a team that looks good, it's the freaking Baltimore Ravens. They look better than everybody. They look better than us right now, especially off what we just dealt with. But given the conditions, given it was raining, Brock had a glove on, then he took the glove off. Seems like we were just scattered around trying to get it all together. But it all came together in the end. It all came together in the end. And that's what we needed. And now we can sit back and relax just a little bit longer, but we can have fun tonight. We can enjoy this because it was ugly. It was wet. It was rainy. It was cold. We was losing. Green Bay seemed like they had the momentum all game. Every time something was going our way, it just seemed like we was about to turn the tide. And then boom, here they come, about to run the kickback. Boom, here we are with penalties. Ambry Thomas. Bruh. Whoo. He's had his ups and downs this year, but he had a lot of ups. Today wasn't one of them. This man is a penalty machine, just waiting to happen. A deep ball with Ambry Thomas is scary every time. It's a 50-50 chance it's going to be pass interference, holding, or nothing. Like, it's either going to be a penalty or it's not. It's a huge 50-50 chance because every time it's thrown up there, I'm worried. And rightfully so, because he had two crucial pass interference calls today. And honestly, calls like that, special teams, those are the things that honestly kept them in the game for the most part. But in their running game, oh my goodness, we got a problem. We got to fix something. We held it together a little bit more in the end, but not really. He still broke that 52-yarder. We still allowed our first 100-yard rusher in forever. I think it's like 51 games or something. Forever. It's been a long time since we allowed a 100-yard rusher. And we did it. And we did it in the playoffs. But we still won the game. And we won that game on the shoulders of Christian McCaffrey and the clutchness of Brock Purdy in that moment to calm down, to stay poised and make the right decisions, not try to do too much. Because just the possession before that, he was trying to do too much. He was throwing deep balls every chance he could get. And it just, from the shotgun, that wasn't the formula. Give it to your playmakers. I don't care what anybody else says. You don't have to make a 20, 30-yard pass to impress me every time. I don't care. Give it to Christian McCaffrey if it's 5 yards. Hit George Kittle over the middle for 4 yards. Hit Brandon Ayuk for 7 yards. I don't care. We needed to win this game, and you did what you had to do in that last drive. Put all pride aside and gave it to your playmakers, and what happened? We scored. Defense got some more energy. Boom, Greenlaw. We win the game. Can somebody tell Dre Greenlaw to get to the ground? He clearly wants to score a touchdown. Clearly. Man, get to the ground. Thank you for the pick, my dude, but get to the ground. We don't need to keep seeing you out here running, scaring us, thinking he might fumble. In the game, Dre. Appreciate you, though. I'm glad you did that. But that's my instant analysis. I'm just hyped right now. That game was intense. Had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. It was playoff football. I'm glad it's here. Bang, bang.